I'm so thankful and happy to be here and to be moving together. Let's start by walking our feet wide, coming away from the back of the chair, turning the outer edges of your feet straight. If you're unable to turn the feet straight, don't walk your feet quite so wide. And then let's just start with some pelvic tilt. So letting your pelvis tilt backwards so you're more sitting closer to your tailbone, and then rotating your pelvis upright so that you're bringing the top pelvis over the bottom pelvis, and just rotate back and forth. And try to feel as though you're really just moving from your pelvis and not so much your spine going back and forth. So your ribs stay relaxed down and back, even as your pelvis rotates forward. And breathing here. And we don't do this all the time, but if you find that your pelvis rotates back quite a bit, not only do you want to keep working on improving the range of motion in the back side of the body, but also doing these pelvic tilts throughout the day is really, really helpful. Let your breath flow here, tuning into your breath. And your hands are always helpful too, using your hands as a feedback tool. Like right now I can feel that my ribs are really staying down and back. And I can even feel that they subtly still want to push forward a little bit. It's gotten a lot better over time. But your hands as feedback, one on your pelvis, one on your rib cage, so you can feel the movement, will help your nervous system learn with more ease what you're trying to teach it. Okay, next time you are upright in your pelvis, hands down by your sides, palms up, pinky fingers together, open out to the sides, a little bit higher, pinky fingers together, and reach out wide, and a little bit higher, pinky fingers together. Reach out through the upper back and chest muscles, a little bit higher, pinky fingers together, open. Let's make our way back down. Pinky fingers together, open wide, arms a little bit lower. Pinky fingers together, reach out through the upper arm bones, a little bit lower. Pinky fingers together, reach out, and a little bit lower. Pinky fingers together, reach out, and then let's circle our arms up. Palms face each other and down by our sides. Now, if you have a habit of rib thrusting or a history of shoulder discomfort, work with your arms a little bit forward. For most people, it's nice to work with the arms a little bit forward. We're not trying to pull back and squeeze our shoulder blades together. We want both our shoulder blades to be wide on our back and our chest to be open at the same time. Take your time, so sometimes a little bit quicker, sometimes a little bit slower. Feel all the different ranges of motion. Every range of motion helps your blood circulate into slightly different areas. We often think that if we just move our whole body, that we get circulation everywhere, and that is true to a point, but a very limited point. If you are not precisely moving your fingers, you are getting a lot less circulation into your hands all the time, even if you're doing a whole body movement that doesn't use your fingers. So we want to move all the parts of our body. Okay, next time your arms come down by your sides, palms flip away from you, side bend up and over to the left with the right arm, and then go side to side. And you can just find your own pace. I recommend always starting slower just to feel, how is my spine feeling? How is my waist feeling? How are my ribs feeling? And then you can go a little quicker sometimes. Check. Is the pelvis still tilting upright? Oftentimes, if you have lower back tension or lower back discomfort, you'll feel when the pelvis starts to tilt back. Or if the ribs start to thrust forward, relaxing them down and back. And then you can always do a few faster and go back to moving slower. Breath is flowing with ease. Inner thighs are opening if they're collapsing open. Open from the very top of the thighs, closer to the groin. Okay, let's bring our arms down, tilt our pelvis upright, focus on your belly button, twist to the right and hold. Keep opening the inner thighs, keep turning from the belly, not so much turning from the neck and shoulders, even though they go along for the ride, but really focus on the belly. Extra important here in your twist, so that you really are getting into your waist muscles, that you're trying to tilt your pelvis into neutral and relax your ribs down and back into neutral. And then let's go to the other side. Focus on the belly button, checking the pelvis and the rib cage. And then turning, and as you turn a little bit further, just see, did that shift the rib cage? Did that shift the pelvis? I was just on a call with Katie Bowman, my mentor. It had been a while. It was a group call with all of the restorative exercise specialists. And it was really inspiring, and she talked just about how there's a lot of work being done to change the exercise and movement paradigm so that we can see how these subtle things make a huge difference over time. So very inspiring. All right, unwind that twist. From there, let's walk our feet in to hip distance, stretch our legs nice and straight, and still sitting upright in our pelvis. Point, try to touch as many toes in the ball of your foot towards the floor. It's okay if it doesn't reach. And flex, and point, and flex. And when we flex, a lot of times we just kind of come back to where we are with our heels down, but actively flex, actively pull the top of your foot back towards your legs, not necessarily your toes. Your toes can relax. Try to pull so the movement's coming from the ankle. Point and actively flex. Point, actively flex. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Now how about twisting your ankles, turning your inner arches away from each other and outer edges of the foot? Can you rotate your ankles side to side without your thighs rolling side to side? So sometimes when the tension is bound up, it will look like this. See how my knees are moving? Can you keep your legs steady and just turn from the ankle joint? Okay, back to center. Try to spread all your toes wide, and active feet are the root of healthy ankles, healthy knees, healthy hips, one of the roots of them. Try to point your big toes forward, your little toes back. Don't get frustrated if it's not happening. You just have to keep practicing. Little toes forward, big toe back. If you've got that, maybe go back and forth between the two. If you're not having that yet, just keep trying on the one that you're missing. Your brain will connect to your nerves in time. Okay, how about trying to hold your big toes forward, your little toes back, and then switch little toes forward, big toe back, and hold, and then spread all your toes once again as wide as you comfortably can. And relax. Reach your arms out to the side, a little lower than your shoulders, a little forward. Rotate your arm bones all the way one way, all the way the other way. It's easier for us to get that internal rotation, so try to turn as much as you can in the other direction. Eventually your hands will turn a little bit more behind you as your elbows become a little bit more forward. If you're going to be doing a lot of stuff with your arms in the air, which is always a great activity to do, this is a great way to warm yourself up. See if you can feel as you rotate one direction, how it feels through the chest, through the upper back, through the shoulders. Okay, we're going to stay in 4 different rotations. So you're going to first turn your palms behind you, internal rotation. Hold, turn and look over your right shoulder. Nice and slowly go all the way through and turn and look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Slowly drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And slowly come up and drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Come back up, rotate your palms to face down, a little lower than your shoulders. So you're noticing your habit. Do you keep wanting to pull back? Bring it forward. Does your arms keep wanting to pull up? Relax down. Turn and look over your right shoulder, chin parallel with the floor. Turn and look over your left shoulder. Bring your head back to center, right ear over to right shoulder. Left ear slowly over to left shoulder. Come back through center, turn your palms to face forward, reach out, arms drop down and come forward. Notice the habit of your body. Turn and look over your right shoulder. And turn and look over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. Unwind, right ear to right shoulder. Come on up, left ear over to left shoulder. And come up, rotate your palms up, hold there, reach out. Turn and look over your right shoulder. Turn and look over your left shoulder. Breath is flowing. Back to center. Right ear drops over. Slowly come up. Left ear drops over. And bring your head up nice and slowly. Bring your hands down. Flex your ankles. Hinge forward over the legs for just a moment. And then it doesn't matter where your hands slide down to. Go ahead and slide them back up. And bend your knees and walk your feet wide again, maybe a little wider than last time, maybe a little bit more narrow. Bring your hands low, pinky fingers together, open to the side, hold, pelvis upright, ribs relax down, dynamic twist, just at your own pace, focusing on the belly button, focusing on the waist, and turning from that waist area. It takes time for those waist muscles to start to improve their range of motion, but when they do, your core will just get subtly stronger and stronger. Come back to center, bring your arms a little higher, pinky fingers together, open out to the side, and dynamic twist, side to side. The more the pelvis is upright and the ribs relax down, the more you'll target those waist muscles, the more strength you'll build over time. Okay, come back to center, arms a little higher, pinky fingers tap, open up, and turn from the belly, side to side. Watch your habit. Do your hips want to roll back? Or as you turn side to side, do your ribs slightly want to push forward like mine are doing now? Drop the ribs down and back without the pelvis tucking back and under. And breathing here. All right, come back to center, arms a little higher, tap, open arms in the air, and twist from the belly. All right, back to center, arms go down, left hip in the center of the chair, right leg extends out to the side. Try to land so your knees pointing forward and you're on the inside edge of your foot or shoe, and then point and flex. But notice what happens. A lot of times when people point and flex, there's all this movement happening in their leg. Can you keep your hip and your knee steady? Just move at your ankle. And if not, make the motion a lot smaller to start out. And then how about next time you flex, then rotate your thigh bone. Try to rotate any amount up, even trying to turn a little bit behind you. The motion's happening from the upper thigh bone, and rotate the foot down. So the motion is happening from up here. The ankle and the knee and the foot are just going along for the ride. And then you can stay at any rotation that feels comfortable, but if it feels comfortable to have your toes up, keep trying to feel like you're rotating your thigh bone back. Take that top arm up and over, and then back down by the side. Up and over, and down. Keep flexing the ankle, up and over, one long line, and down. And then up and over, hold, sweep your arm down by your leg and back behind you, and then sweep it forward and up and over. And sweep, and sweep, and sweep, and sweep, and then pull your torso up, slide that knee in, scoot over so your right hip is at the center of the chair, extend your left leg all the way, try to turn your toes forward, you're on the inner edge of your foot, try to keep your leg steady as you just point and flex your ankle. So it's kind of like you're pivoting on your inner ankle as you move. And no worries if you're finding that like, oh, my body's not moving in this way. That's why we're here practicing. We're trying to get these movements that we don't use that often so that we can build that range of motion, that strength, that mobility, that circulation. All right, next time you flex, now rotate the thigh bone. So everything turns. See if you can turn a little more without your hips turning. So keeping your hips mostly squared and rotating the thigh bone. And it might not go as far on one side than the other. It depends on the tensions around your thigh, around your hip. Okay, next time you rotate up, keep flexing that ankle actively and straightening the leg. Take your left arm over, one long line, and back out to the side. Over, one long line, and back out. Two more like that. Over, one long line, and back down, and over. This time hold the side bend, sweep the arm back, and over your leg, and back over next to your head. And sweep back, and up. Keep gently flexing that left ankle. Two more sweeps. Sweep back, and over. Feel the pull on the rib cage, and sweep back, and sweep overhead. Pull your torso up, slide that knee in, walk that foot in, come back to the center of your chair, straighten your legs nice and long, reach your arms out to your side low. So there's two different ways to lift your head when you drop it down. One is you drop your head down, and when you lift up, you lift from the chin. You push the chin forward. We're going to try not to. We're going to keep our chin in, drop our head all the way down, and keeping your chin in without lifting your ribs, just slide your head straight back over your shoulders. Okay, lift your arms a little bit higher. Reach out to the sides. Drop your head down. Really let it relax all the way. Feel that width across your upper back. And then slide your head back. All right, reach your arms a little bit higher. Drop your chin down all the way. Breathing here. And slide the head back and arms straight up and down in the air. Drop your head. Relax the back of the neck. Relax those shoulders. Let them come forward if you feel more width across your upper back. And then without lifting your chin, slide your head back. Let's let your left arm come down. Rotate your right palm to face behind you. Tap. Ribs relax down and back. Extend. Tap, extend, tap, extend, tap, extend, tap, hold, ribs relax down and back, open and curl in, open and curl in, open, curl in, open, curl in, re-extend, reach your left arm up to meet your right arm, let your right arm come down. Try to wrap that elbow and hand as far back. Now as you tap, if you're used to thrusting your ribs up and you drop your ribs down, your elbow might start a lot lower, and that's okay. And extend. Tap, extend. Tap, elbow hugs in a little. Extend, tap, extend. Tap, hold, open up slowly, curl it in. Open up. Curl it in, open up, curl in, open up, curl in, re-extend, lower that arm down. Okay, your ankles are hip distance apart. You're bending your right knee, extend, bend your left knee, extend, bend your right knee, extend out to the right, and bend, hold, bend your left knee, extend out to the left, bend back. Okay, so now we're going to do straight ahead, right leg, bend, left leg, bend, pelvis upright, right leg out to the right, bend, not so far if you get cracking or popping in your hips, left leg, bend. Now you're going to stretch right leg across in front, bend, left leg across in front, bend. So we'll add it all together. Straight ahead, out to the sides, across in front, and one more time. Straight ahead, out to the sides, across in front. All right, now if you'd like to, add your arms. Hold your arms, reach them out. Straight ahead, out to the sides. Make sure you're lining up your ankles right under your knee and they're not tucking back under. Across in front, legs back to hip distance apart, pelvis upright, straight ahead, out to the sides, across in front. Okay, now you can rest your arms when you need to. How about doing it without your heel touching the ground? Straight ahead, out to the side, keep that pelvis upright, across in front. You can always touch your heels down if that's more comfortable for you. Straight ahead, edges of feet straight, out to the side, even put your foot down straight, across in front. How about two more? Rest your arms, maybe lower them down a little bit if you need to. Straight ahead, or if your shoulders are hiking up, good idea to lower them down. Out to the side, across in front. Last set, straight ahead, out to the side, across in front, and lower your hands down. Spin around to the right, slide your left knee back right under your hip, tuck your toes under if that's comfortable, think ribs down as you lean back, and come up nice and slowly. Hinge back, ribs down helps prevention of over compressing the lower back, and come up nice and slowly. Hinge back, and come forward, and hinge back, and come forward. Slide that foot forward, spin around to the other side, slide your knee back right underneath your hip, ribs relax down, hinge back, and come forward, hinge back, breathing, ribs stay down. All right, slide that leg forward, spin around, walk your feet nice and wide here, inner thighs open. I'm going to turn around just for visual purposes, but you can stay facing that way. From here, feet are nice and wide, edges of feet straight. Reach your arms out to the side, turn your palms down, and just without using your other hand, wrap and slide through as much as you can, and then unwrap. Bend, slide through as much as you can, touching your back, unwind, slide through, unwind, slide through, unwind, pelvis upright, ribs relax down and back, slide through, unwind, slide through, unwind. Now right arm, if your elbow goes in all the way, try moving your forearm up and down a few times. And then find a spot that's comfortable. You can relax your opposite arm. So if you're doing on the same side of me, now you might be doing your left arm, and try to flip your forearm on your back. If it doesn't go, that's okay. You're just going as much as you can. Eventually, you'll try to do that and keep your shoulder blade really relaxed and still. And you can either keep the back of your hand or your palm flipped over. Hold whichever arm you have behind your back. Drop your ear over to the opposite shoulder and nod your head yes, nice and slowly. 2 times. And then lift your head up and look over the opposite shoulder and nod your head yes here a couple times. Breathing. And bring your head back. Unwrap your arm, lower it down, reach the other arm out, wrap it behind your back. If your elbow comes in close, maybe move your forearm up and down a few times. And then find a spot that's comfortable. If you're squeezing your shoulder blades, let them be wide. Rotate your forearm. The eventual goal will be to keep all of this from moving around, so you can use a hand as feedback and try to relax around your shoulder blade as you just flip your forearm. And then either hold with the palm facing behind you or the back of the hand, and opposite ear to opposite shoulder, 2 neck nods yes. Lots of things I say I find are tongue twisters. And then bring your head up and look over the opposite shoulder and nod your head yes here. And then bring your head back, unwind, release your hand down, and then I'm going to come spin back around. You know, I might try us sitting backwards on our chair sometimes, so maybe try it and see if the chair that you have works for you. But it's really good. It kind of holds your thighs open and doesn't allow them to collapse in. Okay, from here, your feet are nice and wide, outer edges of feet straight. Let's do some rolls here, rolling our torso around. Drawing an oval, drawing a circle. Your lower body stays pretty still, thighs open, breathing. Sometimes with these as well, you can go a little bit slower, especially when you're just working into and warming up your lower back. And then sometimes you can take quicker circles and see how that feels, as long as you feel nice and warm in the area. And then pause and do a couple slow circles in the opposite direction. Breathing. And then you can stick slow, or you can take them a little bit quicker. If you find that you're not feeling smooth, like you're still jagged and trying to find the circle, go slower at first until you find the circular motion of your torso. All right, come back to center, walk your feet in. You can do ankle on a block, you can vary your heights, or ankle over your knee or edge of your foot over your knee. So another thing to remember is that sometimes when you cross your right ankle over, are you always here? Can you slide it back and be here sometimes? Like, notice your habit and try to mix it up from where you always go to. A lot of times I do my ankle over my knee. Sometimes I do the highest height of whatever I have as a prop. Today I'm going to do the middle height just to get into my hips differently. It might not feel as strong of a sensation, but there should be a sensation there, any shape you make with your body. And I'm just always trying to get different angles of my body. I feel that it's so helpful for my joints to feel really good. And pretty much when your joints feel really good, you don't always notice it, but you just know that your body doesn't hurt, and that's a really nice thing. Tilt your pelvis upright. We did a little bit of this last week. I really enjoyed it. Actually, let's turn our hand this way. Pull your pinky finger back. Try to straighten the fingers all the way as you bend them. Turn and look over your right shoulder. And we're just going to do one head nod. You're nodding your head down and nodding your head up and actually lifting your chin up into the air a little. Bring your head back to center. Unwind. Ring finger pulls back. Straighten that finger, straighten all your other fingers. Turn and look over your left shoulder. Nod down. Pause to feel. Slowly go up. Pause to feel. Chin back to center. Turn your head back. Ring finger pulls, middle finger pulls back. Right ear to right shoulder. Try to straighten all your fingers as you're stretching the one finger. Nod your head forward. Nod your head back. Feel. Back to center. Head comes up. Pointer finger pulls back. Left ear to left shoulder. Tilt your pelvis upright a little bit. Nod your head forward. And nod your head back. Come back to center. Lift your head up. Thumb pulls down and back. And I just like to say, it's been a while since I've done this height of the block, and I can definitely feel some of my buttocks muscles that it's hitting that I don't usually hit when the block is higher and my ankle's over my knee. Now, I've become very sensitive to my body, but either way, if you're feeling it or not feeling it, these different angles get into those muscles differently. So please don't shy away from doing the lower angles. Okay, from here, drop your chin down to your chest. Turn and look to the right and hold. And turn and look to the left and hold. And bring your head back to center. Lift your head up and release. And it's kind of cool. I didn't know this was going to happen, but it's actually right in an area that I feel like I need more work on. So I just found my solution. Lower number 4 stretch. Tilting my pelvis upright, tilting your pelvis upright, relaxing your ribs down and back, my ribs. Hold your hand out. Try to keep all your fingers straight as you pull back from your pinky, and turn and look over your left shoulder. Nod your head down. Go up even with your chin a little bit. And back to center. Pull your ring finger back. Turn and look over your right shoulder. Nod your head down. Lift up nice and slowly, feeling into the side of the neck, the side of the throat. Chin comes back to parallel. Head back to center. Middle finger, left ear to left shoulder. Nod your head forward. Nod your head back, feeling and breathing. Ear back to the shoulder. Bring your head up. Pointer finger. Try to stretch all your other fingers straight. Right ear to right shoulder. Nod the head forward a little bit. Nod the head back. Breathing. Ear back to the shoulder. Bring the head up. And thumb out to the side and back. All the fingers lengthening. Drop the chin down. Let that thigh drop open. Tilt your pelvis upright. And with your chin dropping down, this time, tilt your right ear to your right shoulder and hold. Tilt your left ear over to your left shoulder and hold. Bring your head back to center. Release that finger. Lift your head up. Uncross your legs. Okay, neutral, where we want to be most of the time. Feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. But we have been doing this for a long time. We're going to vary it up. It will teach us things about our body, like, oh, it's easier for me with my legs together, or in neutral, or with my feet wide. Bring your feet all the way together. Try to hug your knees all the way together. If they don't come together, then you know, oh, this is something I need to work on, outer and inner hips. Lean forward, push into the feet. Try to come up pretty slowly, and then just walk back so you feel very confident your chair is there, and try to sit back with your legs together without falling to the chair. Now, if you find your legs are doing some of this, or there's a lot of hip shifting, get your hips up higher. Practicing with your hips higher will be so beneficial. Feet hip distance apart. Actually, let's just go wider. We'll do hip distance last. Hinge forward, press into the feet, grounding. Good. I always step back a little bit because I come right to the edge of my chair when I'm getting up. All right, a little bit wider. Push down, inner thighs open, feel both of your feet, and sit your hips back nice and slowly. And then walk your feet into hip distance apart. Interestingly enough, as this is often the one that I find is the most challenging, probably because it forces me to use my muscles most equally, and sit my hips back. And in modern culture, that's just not something we have to do, like when we're driving and standing, even though we should be. Push into your feet, come up nice and slowly, come around to the back of the chair. 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs. If I haven't heard from you a while, I'm just thinking of some of you that I used to see regularly. I'd love to hear from you. Don't feel free to shoot me an email. Walk back, two outer edges of feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. Push your thigh bones back. Get that nice long length through your legs. If you know that your thigh bones are internally rotated, feel what that feels like when they are, and then rotate your thigh bones into neutral. Being able to lift your kneecaps up and down. Nice long length of the spine. Breathing. And slowly come up. Okay, whatever you're going to use for your calf stretch, you're putting the ball of your right foot up with the outer edge of your foot very straight. We're going to do a series of calf stretches today because you really can't do enough calf stretches. If you ever feel this in your ankle, do something with it lower so that it's not as high of a lift for the ball of your foot. Maybe you step your outside foot forward and then find the center so your hips feel square. Reach your arms out to the sides, a little lower than your shoulders. Wrists flip down, wrists flip up. Straighten through the fingers. Wrists flip down and up, down and up, down and up. From here, with your fingers flipped up, rotate your arm bones all the way one way, all the way the other way. Breathing. All right, flip your wrists down. Rotate your arm bones with wrists flipping down. I'm just making little subtle adjustments in my body, feeling around. You can always do the same. All right, from there, let's put a bend in that right knee. And remember, when the foot is straight, which is what you want to focus on first, the knee tends to want to cave in. So open that knee up as you put a bend in the knee. And let the knee, it's okay on this one to go past the ankle. And you just work a little bit of those lower calf muscles here. If needs be, you can put a bend in both knees. As your thigh rotates open, you can press down equally through the ball of your foot. All right, let's come out of there. Outer edge of foot straight, ankles hip distance apart. Maybe your foot steps forward. Find that equal balance between your two hips. Arms out to the sides, a little lower than your shoulders, a little bit forward. Wrists flip down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. And then we're going to do this. You're going to open your fingers, close your fingers. So open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Keep them closed. Wrists flip down, wrists flip up. Open the fingers wide. Wrists flip down, wrists flip up. Close the fingers. Wrists flip down, wrists flip up. Open the fingers. Wrists flip down, wrists flip up. And then from there, put a bend in that left knee, checking the edge of the foot is straight first. Steer it open and breathing here. And over time, you'll be able to be a little bit more upright as you bend the knee. Feel that heel really reach down to the ground. Breathing. All right, step off of there. And you can, oh, wait, we're doing a whole nother set. Okay, come back to your right foot. Pigeon toe your foot. Turn your hips back to square. Your left foot will stay straight the whole time. You can step your left foot forward. Interlace right pinky finger on the bottom. Press away low. Spread your thumbs away from each other and back towards you. Drop your chin down to your chest and just roll your chin a little bit side to side. Bring your head back to center, lift it up. Turn your foot out to the side so the whole ball of the foot is still up on whatever you're using. Turn your hips back to square. Interlace your left pinky finger on the bottom. Press away, spread your thumbs out. Drop your chin down, but this time instead of dropping your whole head down, just tuck your chin in and roll your chin a little bit side to side without your whole head dropping down. Relax any clenching around the leg muscles. Bring your chin to center, release your hands. Last one like this, turn your foot to straight. Maybe your foot steps forward a little more without your heel coming up. Ribs relax down and back. Let's do some head ramps here. My head still slightly goes forward all the time. It's a lot better than it used to be. But gosh, when I get it back, it feels so good. I can just feel my upper back spread open, my chest spread open. So keep working on your head ramping. It's just most people hide their forward head position because they lift their ribs and their chest up. Once those ribs and chest comes down, you can see how forward the head is. It's not only good for your musculoskeletal system, but so many of your everyday functions, breathing, digestion. Okay, let's switch legs. Pigeon toe your foot. Outer edge of your right foot stays straight the whole time. You can step your right foot forward or back at any time. Try to straighten your legs all the way. Left pinky finger on the bottom, press away low. Let's start by, instead of the whole head dropping down, just tuck the chin in and roll the chin a little side to side. Relax the face, soften the jaw. Relax, clenching around the buttocks, thigh muscles. Bring your chin to center, lift your head up, turn your foot out to the side. So still squaring your hips, but with this position, you might feel comfortable stepping your foot back, or it might feel better for your foot to be, stepping your foot forward. It might feel better for your foot to be back. You decide, but keep squaring your hips. Right pinky finger on the bottom, press away, thumbs spread out. Drop your whole head down all the way and roll your neck side to side. And bring your head up and press and release. And last but not least, outer edge of the foot very straight. Maybe that outside foot steps forward without the hips turning one way or the other. And let's do some head ramping. And I mentioned earlier about how just when your body's feeling good, most of the time you don't notice it because you only notice when things are bothering you. And so it's harder for us to appreciate that our body feels good because we don't think of it that way. And I hope this happens for a lot of you. But after years and years of doing this, look at this simple stuff really in the bigger scheme of things, my body feels good. Like a lot of times when I'm walking around, I'll actually notice my lower back or notice my chest and I'll be like, wow, that's feeling really good. And maybe that's just because I've been so aware for so long of how it's felt and it's just slowly starting to feel better. So since I wasn't having a lot of issues, maybe I just wasn't noticing that it did feel tense. And as I keep changing the shape of my body subtly, I'm noticing how good things feel. And so I hope that that's what this work does for you too over time. Because it's a nice thing to wake up in the morning and the first thing in the morning think, feels good for me to get up, feels good for my body. Okay, from there, release, step back, slide that block out of the way. Outer edges of the feet straight, ankles hip distance, push down through one hip. Keep your hips back over your heel. You can work on that rotation. Sometimes it's easier if you put a hand on a wall or the chair and bend your heel in towards your buttocks. Every time checking the alignment of your feet, hips back over heels, and just at your own pace. Let's go side to side a few times. Ribs relax down and back. Hips over the heels. Is your hip popping out to the side? Over time, can you go a little slower? Remember, if your ankle's very wobbly, it's actually showing you an imbalance up here. So maybe pushing down more through your outer hip. And if you've been doing that and you can really feel your outer hip working for a long time, then work the inner thigh and the outer hip together. But you do want to start with a lot of long time focus on that outer hip. Okay, next time you push down through your right hip, lift that left knee in, and then just stretch the foot back for a top of the foot stretch. If your weight went forward a little into the front of the foot, back it up. Breathing here. You can almost feel as though you're dragging that foot forward. You can try to straighten the leg a little bit more. And then bring that foot forward. Push down through that left outer hip. Bend your right heel in. Take a moment there. And then stretch back for the top of the foot stretch. Several things you can work on here. You can feel like you're dragging that foot forward, maybe just relaxing at first. You can straighten your leg a little more. If you straighten your leg more and it pulls your pelvis back or your ribs forward, you'll want to straighten, bring your pelvis back into neutral, drop your ribs down and back. Breathing. Okay, and release that top of the foot, facing the back of the chair. Let's sit back into a squat and step our right leg back into a lunge. Reach your right arm forward, palm up, open your arm out to the side, just your arm. We're not turning. A lot of times we turn from the chest, just the arm. Arm comes in front, goes across the body, straight out to the side without turning the chest. Arm across in front, straight out to the side, arm across in front, straight out to the side. Keep your torso facing forward, your arm goes up and down, and up, and down, breathing, up, and down, and up, and down. Bring that hand forward, push off the ball of the back foot, feet straight, ankles hip distance. Step your left leg way back, find the center of the ball of the foot. Reach that left hand forward, palm up, take it out without turning your torso, and then reach it across. Open out, reach across. Open out, reach across. Open out, reach across. Next time the arm is out by your side, your torso stays facing forward. Arm goes up and down, and up and down, up and down, and up and down. Bring that hand back, push into the ball of your back foot to step up. Walk back, 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs, maybe rotating your thigh bones into neutral a little bit, straighten the legs, shift the hips side to side. Hands stay steady, arms stay steady, legs stay straight. Breathing. Trying to go straight to one side, straight to the other side. Bring your hips back to center, walk up, step your big toes together, sit back, press up, feet hip distance apart. Sit back, press up, step your feet a little wider. Try not to let the knees go past the ankles. Watch if the thighs collapse in or out. Bring them back to center, one wider, sit back. Press up. Your feet are wide like a warrior stance. Turn your right toes out 90 degrees. Open your arms, palms up. Press long through your left buttocks into your left heel as you bend your right knee. Try to control it so it doesn't go past your ankle. If you really want to go past your ankle, take your stance wider. Step your legs wider. Straighten nice and slowly. Bend in nice and slowly. Straighten nice and slowly. Bend in and straighten, bend in and straighten. Turn your toes in, turn your left toes out, bend in and straighten, nice and slow. Bend in and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Turn your toes in, Turn your right toes out. Tip over into a triangle pose, arms in the air. Rotate your arm bones all the way one way, all the way the other way. Feel the weight of the feet in your heels. You can press down through the balls of your feet. And pull your torso up. Turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out. Tip over 2 straight legs without bending the front knee. And rotate your arm bones so they're slightly forward. So you're not pulling them back behind you. Feel the weight of your body in the heels of the feet, but then gently press down into the balls of your feet. All right, bring your torso up. Turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out. Bend the knee, steer it over the center of the ankle. Keep paying attention to the lower body even as you reach the upper arm up. Tap, extend, tap, extend, tap, hold, open, curl in, open, curl in, extend, pull your torso up, straighten the right leg, turn the left toes out, bend the knee, steer it right over the center of the ankles, reach that left arm into the air, tap, extend, tap. Now just pause for a second and check your lower body. Oh, my foot slid crooked. Oh, my knee's caving in. Oh, my knee's going forward. So it's okay to recognize where you're out of alignment. That's actually a really good thing because you know what you need to pay attention to. Oh, my back knee is bending. Let me reach more through that back leg. Curl in, or that was out, in, out, and in. Extend that arm, pull your torso up, parallel your feet. So you're at the back of your chair. We're going to do 3 different things. With our weight back in your heels, we're going to side bend on one side bend on the other side, rotate our pelvis, push our hips back into a forward fold, keep our weight back as we come up to stand, open our arms, twist just our belly to the right, not the hips, just the belly, twist the belly to the left, back to center, walk your feet in a step. So feet are a little bit closer. Side bend, hips back over the heels, side bend, back to center, push your hips straight back. Keep your weight back as you come up. It's okay, they're going to come forward a little, but just make sure they don't come here. Open arms, twist to one side, twist to the other side, back to center. Step your feet all the way together, big toes touching. So ground into the outer hips, side bend, push your hips back, 2 straight legs. Come up nice and slowly, arms open, twist to the one side, twist your belly to the other side, come back to center, cross right ankle behind left ankle, stand up. Ground through the outer hips down. Side bend one way. Side bend the other. It's okay to slow it down. Check, is your pelvis untucking or your ribs going one way or the other? Bringing your pelvis and ribs into neutral will stabilize the core, help support the lower back. Hinge forward from the hips, pressing the hips back. Slowly come up, push through the backs of the legs. Open the arms, twist one direction, twist the other direction. Now, whichever ankle is on back, you're going to switch. Push down through the outer hips, hips back over the heels. Your pelvis and your ribs will also determine your stability here. One arm goes over side bend. The other arm goes over side bend. Push your hips back here, breathing. Come on up, arms open to the side, twist your belly one way, twist your belly the other way, and last but not least, feet hip distance apart. Side bend, hips over heels, great time to practice neutral thigh bone or just trying to relax the front of the thighs a little more if the knees aren't lifting up and down yet. Push your hips back, Breathing, try to tilt from the pelvis, not overdoing the spine. Come up, arms open, belly turns to one side, belly turns to the other side. Back to center, hands to the chair. Walk back, 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs. Walk your hands over to the right side of the chair and pull your hips back, maybe over to the left a little bit. Walk your hands to the other side of the chair, pull them back, maybe over to the right a little bit. After you go to the right, feel like you're gently pulling those hips back a little bit. Bring your hips back to center, your hands back to center. Come all the way up. Okay, so I wanted to show you this before we sit down. We're going to dive into this deeper next week, but your chair facing you, so just come around to the front of your chair so you can see, is a great way to practice squatting. So if you put your knees right at the chair, so your feet are right under your knees, your ankles are right under your knees, when you squat back, your knees cannot go past your ankles. So it really kind of shows you, if that's not what it feels like when you've been squatting down, your knees have been going forward and you don't realize it. And you can also just keep your knees back away from the chair a little bit with your feet tucked under. So great way to practice. The other benefit of this is as you drop your hips lower, keeping your hands here will prevent you from doing this and dropping your spine lower. So you want to keep your hands here and not let them go lower. So we'll play with this more next week, but again, try to have your feet as close to under the chair as possible and let the chair serve as feedback as to what muscles you're really using when you squat. And I can already feel that when I go a little lower than I usually go, that I know my knees are going forward by what I'm feeling here. So great, great, great feedback. Have a seat in your chair. Pay attention to the way you sit down. Okay, from here, right arm goes up, ribs down, hand to the shoulder, elbow in and pulls back gently. You can use your hand or you can just hold your elbow in the air. Your choice. Find that angle. For most people, they need to come in a little. That works for you. Head ramps back a little bit. Ribs drop down. Breathing. Side bend to the left. Side bend to the right. Pelvis upright, ribs relax down. Twist to the left from the belly button. Twist to the right. Back to center. Switch arms. Hand comes down. If elbow pops out a little, hug it in. If you easily hug it in, you might just play with the subtleties of what angle feels good for your tricep. And hold here for a breath. Check your pelvis, check your ribs. They're going to become more important as we start moving. Side bend to the right. Head ramps back a little bit. Side bend to the left. Twist your belly to the right. Twist your belly to the left. Back to center. And release that arm. Okay, circle your arms up and down a few times. Or a couple times. Bring your hands to your breastbone. Pull the skin down gently. Lift your chin up into the air. Ribs down and back. Move that chin a little bit side to side. You can push your bottom jaw or your bottom lip forward. As you move, if you feel any particular area of the front of your throat that it feels really good to stay there, you can stay there. Or perhaps the bottom of your jaw. Okay, I'm going to show you a stretch that I do every morning that I've never showed you before. I actually made a social media post for it. But for a while I was getting chapped lips regularly, and of course being hydrated is very important. But I started thinking with my movement mind, well, you know, I'm talking a lot, but how often do I stretch this area? And so what I'd like you to do, and I can't talk while I'm doing it, is put your fingers inside your lips and gently pull your lips apart from each other. And just try to feel when you're pulling that you're gently pulling on your bottom lip and your top lip. Gently. So I do that for about 20 seconds every day. And I don't know if it's just luck, but I've been doing that probably a good 6 months now, maybe longer. And I have yet to have chapped lips again since I started doing that. So again, I don't know if that is what is making the difference, but stretch your lips. It's good for your face too. Okay, let's do a little ear stretch. So gently pull down, very gently. These are such small muscles. And then go up your ears and pull out to the side a little bit. And just try to relax that tension all around your ears, along the side of your skull. Eventually you get up to the top and you gently pull up. And then you just work your way back down your ears. And then fold over your bent knees. You can go all the way down to the floor if that feels good. Take a nice breath here into the backs of the ribs all the way down to the waist. Press into your feet to come up. Stretch your legs long. Rotate forward from your pelvis. Maybe your head drops all the way down. Just take a breath here. And then slide yourself back up and sit all the way back in your chair for our final pose, Savasana. It will be short and sweet today. Remember, there is that, under the relax section, there is a longer Savasana where I do a deep relaxation through the body. You can do that sitting or lying down. Great practice to do sometimes. Gaze soften or eyes gently close. Become very present with your body, with your breath. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from your truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, awakened energy in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are, so fully alive that when you open the eyes, when you open your eyes, the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. Bringing your hands together at heart center in gratitude for this day. Namaste. May the world greet you with a smile.